Look where Leek Town TV have come today. Never been in here before. But this is the meeting place for an exclusive interviews, assuming they turn up. Don't want to spoil it for you just yet. It's certainly got potential, this one, so let's make our way inside and hopefully we can ask the right questions.
Okay, it's recording. Okay.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, Chappers, Jordie, thanks very much for coming over. Horn and Trumpet, great name for a boozer. You didn't have to come, I know you've travelled, so I do appreciate it. I'm going to ask you a few questions, obviously. All I would ask is, be honest. I'm sure you will be. It could be dangerous, this, but let's see what we get. Okay. Chapman, how old are you? 24. 28. Go on, tell us where you live. Are you local? Burslem.
St Helens.
St Helens. You know, last you're playing at Leek, a bit of travelling there.
Yeah,
Don't mind.
no, I enjoy it. I enjoyed the last couple of years. Playing with the lads.
What do you do for a living? Or don't you? You might not work.
Yeah, sports instructor.
Come in a bit, Owen. Come in a bit. Just make sure you can pick us up on there.
No, I won't pick you up, Jim. You won't be on there.
Pan, can't you?
I can pan.
Pan. Sports instructor.
In a behaviour school.
Right, George.
PE teacher.
PE teacher. See, I should have done that. I should have done that. I'd have liked to have done that. Marital status.
Single at the minute.
You're getting married, aren't you?
Get married a week tomorrow.
Week tomorrow. Congratulations, yeah. Definitely from us boys. And yourself?
I'm single.
Single?
In a relationship, but single, yeah.
Stag do recently?
Yeah.
Anything you can tell us? That's broadcastable?
Matt Bell shouldn't be like anywhere near bicycles.
That lad.
And also the Hard Rock Cafe. Took a considerable amount of money that weekend for a group of lads from Stoke. And I'm just sick on the floor.
I can only imagine. Have you ever watched any of Up Leek Town TV?
Yeah.
Have you seen what?
I watched the one the other week on the pitch.
What do you reckon? Professional?
Yeah, fantastic.
You having it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Watched the interview with Kaz, which he did a few months back.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure we've all watched the highlights of some of the games.
Yeah.
We're impressed. Much better presented though than Kaz and Beeves.
Well, yeah, they were sort of.
Yeah.
You've made an effort, and of course we appreciate that.
As the management team, they should have been wearing a suit tonight.
Yeah, arguably, I agree, and I think again, I'll thank you for making an effort. I have as well. What do you think of the new soap top?
Very smart.
Yeah, we're having that. Okay, you signed for Leek. I've done my own work. November 2011. And you've been at Leek for 2 seasons. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, we're doing well at the moment. Airbus UK, Europa League. Who do you play against?
Last season we played against a team from Norway called FK Haugesund. They were a very good side. The year before we played against the Ventspils from Latvia.
You scored in the Europa League?
Last year, yeah, I scored.
Not bad at all. Good to have on your CV.
Great experience.
Which league manager signed you? Was it Kaz?
Last Kaz, yeah.
Kaz has signed you. Kaz has been around a while. You've played 130 times. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
That's what it says on the Leek Town official website. Anyway, what's your highlight? Have you got a highlight? Can you think of a highlight?
I think the first time we got to the playoff final, lost it to Leicester. But the run from the last 2 games of the season up to the playoff final was kind of I was apparently together, we went down the other end and scored to, I think it was 5-1, 5-0.
Yeah, I remember it.
We managed then, we won penalties.
Carlton, yeah.
and just the run unfortunately and chasing around at that time was
Spot on. Yourself,
Probably got a couple. Cup runs both seasons were fantastic. The trophy run last year was brilliant. We beat some big teams in that. And then same again this year, the FA Cup run was brilliant. We were devastated to miss out, but to lose to Clyde after what they did.
Yeah.
It was an honour really, because they went on and had a fantastic cup run.
There was a huge buzz and everyone's up for it. Crowds of it's brilliant. It must be brilliant to play when. Do you get nervous when the crowds are big? Because like the playoffs, you got 1,200 for the final. You got nearly 900 for the Wednesday night. Do you get nervous? You must. I get nervous watching.
It is different. It depends on the occasion as well. But
What's the
I think
stage?
with me and Chap, I think we are a bit experienced now at this level, so I think when you've experienced it before,
You get
more motivated for it. And obviously in the past, we've had disappointments. The last 2 years have been devastating to lose in the playoffs. So this year in particular, we're even more motivated to try and go on that step further, but unfortunately it didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Okay. I must mention January went to Caribbean. Got to mention it, British Virgin Islands. How did you qualify for the British Virgin Islands? Because were you born in Stoke?
I was, yeah.
Tell us a story.
There are a few reasons why.
Go on.
There are a few. The main reason I'm eligible as a British citizen. That's one of the main reasons. A couple of other reasons as well. But it's amazing.
I'm going to say, it must do it. I've got to do it.
I never expected to receive a call. I knew that they were coming to a game, but I never actually believed that they would come and see me play. And they obviously came, they showed a couple of lives, they were impressed, and I didn't think anything of it really. And when we got the call up, it was amazing. I have to say, one of the best experiences of my life.
Oh, it must have been. How long were you over there?
I was over there for about a week, just over a week.
And how many games did you play?
We played a friendly against Antigua, which was amazing because Antigua ranked quite high in the world. So that was a great experience, they were a good side. And then the 2 World Cup qualifiers were just amazing. Honestly, the best experience of my life.
Seen your goal.
Surreal,
Scored.
but it was amazing. Yeah, just sat up nicely for me.
Did bang. I've seen it on YouTube.
To be fair, we gave him a bit of stick early, but Valley put it on a plate for me. Really. It's a great food ball.
Great, not bad celebration either. I thought you enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, to be fair, it's probably the most enjoyable goal from honest with you. Never experienced anything like that before. It was incredible, it really was.
How did it go down at Leek? I'm sure everyone, of course, we've got to let you go and do that. It's a brilliant opportunity. But at the time, I suppose, Leek are in a domestic campaign, you then abstracted away, playing away, you've probably gone a couple of weeks, were you unavailable for a couple of weeks? Or?
It was 2 or 3 games at least in the end. I think it was 2. Yeah, it was just 2 games at least in the end. The big game at Sheffield, I think it was, and then the game at Rainworth on the Saturday.
You've got to be sure. I mean, I don't know what happened. You know, I don't managing your level. I don't know what happens. I don't know what to say. I guess there was no problems with that. With you going over there.
I'm extremely grateful to the club because they were very supportive of it. If I'm completely honest, I was disappointed with some aspects of it because
some things get said.
It was honestly the best experience of my football career. It was amazing. And the lads that went out there, we were a little bit disappointed with the fact that we weren't really given too much support while we were out there.
From the club, you mean?
Yeah, because we played in World Cup qualifiers. You can't play at a high level on that. And we've always loved football. We've always wanted to train and play at the highest level possible. And we absolutely love playing for the town. But to get that call and have the opportunity to do that was something we never thought we'd experience. And we had to pursue it. And the club initially were extremely supportive, but we were a lot disappointed while we were out there that we weren't acknowledged for our achievements, just for representing the BVI really in the qualification. And we were slightly disappointed about that, but the support we got from the players, from the lads was absolutely amazing. And then when we got back, Kazza and the management team were extremely supportive and said some really positive comments about it. So that was very appreciative.
So would you say there was a bit of a feeling from some quarters that maybe it wasn't?
I think it was just the fact that we were in a position where we were challenging for the title. We were in a very good position where we could potentially win it, and obviously then there were 3 players that play for the side, they're taken out of the squad. And to be fair, the games could have been postponed because 3 players were taken out of the squad. But the lads played the 2 games, they won the 2 games, 2 great performances away at Sheffield and Rangers. They had 2 difficult games. We had a fantastic squad, so although it was disappointing for us to not be available, we had a fantastic squad last year with strength and depth. So we always had enough quality, even though they were from Sheffield and good sides, had enough quality to go.
I appreciate your honesty, that's a good answer. Right, where am I? Well, we move on to Kids Grove, obviously. You both agreed personal terms, am I right in saying? Am I also right in saying that they can't announce until July the 1st officially? Is that right, or is that not? Or
June the 1st.
I mean, have you actually signed?
Sign until July the 1st.
Right, but you've agreed. Agreed personal terms. Okay. How did that come about? Who approached you? Would you have left if we could have got promoted? I'll go to you first, Chappers. Just give Jordie a go. No, it's great. We needed to speak about.
Got promoted. For me, last season was a bit of a hit and miss season for me. Started off alright. Slipped out the side when Ross came on loan from Derby. Good explanation for it. I wasn't playing well because my goalkeeper doesn't mean should play. But then I came back and I did well. I felt as though I was playing really well, and then for some reason I got dropped after the Newcastle Town game. So would I have stayed depending on the lads that might actually be, depending on what the other lads were doing. Because for me, George, S and Ricker, we're great friends outside of football as well. It isn't just about football for us. You know, on a Saturday morning we go and we have breakfast, we come up to the ground, we play football, we finish, we go for a drink. You know, it's kind of like,
make a date, mates on a day we get. Fair enough.
And for me, last year, these lads I was had enough really at one point in time. I was ready to just say, I'm going to play with mates. But these lads got me through, so my decision at the end of this season was always to
move on.
Well, no, not to move on, dependent on what
the other lads were doing. Okay. Thanks very much for your honesty. And George, yourself, with moving to Kids Grove, who approached you? Was it Jordie?
Yeah, it was. Made a few calls to a few different arranged meetings down at Kids Grove.
Which is standard, I guess, in close season. We kind of approach.
You look at the clubs now in this area, they've got a good calibre, they've got good managers, they're going to approach players, you know. Scott's gone over to Whitman, they're a team now playing in a separate league, but are going to attract players from the Stoke-on-Trent area because of Scott's experience in Stoke. Obviously, Mark's in charge at Nantwich, he's got a really good knowledge of players in this area, so there are a lot of clubs now that are looking for players in this area, so I think we're always going to get calls depending on who the manager's looking for. And we've always had a really good relationship with Jordie. Obviously, he was assistant gaffer here, did a great job at Leek, and we've always kept in touch with him. And Jordie's a top guy. I don't think he would ever try and approach players during the season. I think he would wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think to be fair, the Leek, you know, he was popular when he was at Leek. I don't think there's any hard feeling with Jordie. I suppose I've got to ask you. You know, and don't take this the wrong way, but some supporters would suggest, are you going for the money, are you being paid better? Is that a factor?
I can assure you that it's not there.
I've got to ask you this.
Yeah, no, it's a fair question.
With Jordie, like George said, he didn't approach anyone last during the season. He knew we had a great chance of being promoted. To be fair to him, you know, he let us see the season out, and he kind of approached us pretty late on, as far as agreeing new terms with a new club. Around for clubs really, kind of week after the season, and he kind of build on next year and who the gamekeeper, who the not gamekeeper. And we kind of left that a little bit longer to give us the opportunity, well, the league, give League the opportunity to see what they were doing. But it came to a point where we we just couldn't wait any longer to see what Lick were doing, so Jordie approached us first. And
you've obviously got to go and tell Kaz or Reeves or whoever you tell. You know, how was that received? Was it amicable? Was it, you know, because to be fair, you're both good players. The club won't want to lose good players. You know, you tell me how was that received?
Well, we just said before, Jordie's a fantastic guy, and he was really respectful towards League Town. He couldn't handle the end, he was superb, he really was, and he did leave it a while after our playoff game. I think he gave League Town to contact us and speak to us, but unfortunately, you want to try and get something organised early. That's something that I've made a mistake with in the past. Last year I delayed and I ended up missing the first 12 games of the season. I think it was for me, I was on the bench in and out. I think that was because I made a decision later this year. I wanted to make a decision early, and really waited. I didn't really speak with Lee, and then Lee contacted me. I was interested with what he was saying, with the ambition of the club. The lads were interested as well, so that's why I decided to sign him. It's nothing at all against League Town.
So it's amicable, there's no hard feeling?
I ran Kaz, I spoke to Kaz a few times. Kaz is one of the nicest guys that I've ever worked for. He's a fantastic manager, he's obviously had a lot of success at League Town, and I've got a great relationship with Kaz, and so is Chapman. I spoke to him on the phone, and then when I spoke to him, he wished me all the best. I wish Kaz all the best. Said I won't look forward to seeing you next season because it would be so strange going back to League and playing against League.
Well, there's no hard feelings. I mean, that's great, yeah.
Which is brilliant. It's nice to have that relationship with Kaz because he is a good guy, he really is a top player.
You'd echo that?
Yeah, definitely.
You agree with that?
Yeah. I think as well, like George said about the non-league teams around you, it's putting us falling out with managers. You know, you can't. There's people who
it's part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, they don't do this circuit, will go around to well, when Mortons around, they go to Mortons, to kids, to Stafford, to League. And that's kind of what we did. We stayed for a couple of seasons, just move around. But we never really had, well, I never really had any intention of moving unless the other lads did. But when I spoke to Kaz, he tried to get me stay. I felt like
it was time to
for this season. Maybe not even time, I've never sitting there for League Town, but I felt this season I need to be playing with my mates again.
Yeah,
that's finished. There are numerous reasons why you would leave. Like for me personally, the distance from St Helens to League, it's a long way, it really is. And I know it might seem like Kidsgrove on the doorstep, but it is much closer. It is, and that's not the reason why I've left League. If we had got promoted, it might have been a different story. I'm really not sure.
Did League make an improved offer? Did they try and put something on the table to make you think again? Was there anything there that?
For me, League's offer was better than Kidsgrove anyway.
Right.
But
that's interesting.
We kind of look on the forum sometimes. Like,
there's loads.
There's the lads, and a lot of people say, "Oh, they've just gone for the money." And they've gone for. Kidsgrove on putting a lot of money into the players this season. Kidsgrove doing it properly. Fitz, Chapman, great bloke, he's putting the money into the ground. We've had all these changing rooms, coops, the ground rooms at League.
Yeah.
You saw what he did at Harrison Park before he left. He's on the pitch. The pitch is looking great. All around the stadium's looking great. Kidsgrove used to look tired, used to look worn, but it's not like that. So the people who are saying they're just going for the money,
it's not right.
It isn't. And obviously League are having the pitch redone as well, which is fantastic.
I was about to say, because they've got a good setup at League.
They will. And League are a fantastic club. They've got great support, lovely stadium, they have a lovely pitch, they've got a great management team there. It's a great club, it really is. But me and Chap went to speak to Kidsgrove and Jordie and Chappers at similar time. It's exciting what's going on at Kidsgrove, it really is, with the new development of the change rooms, the facilities, the pitch. It sounds really good to me. For us, that's what's sort of inspired us, that's what's made us sign, really, the ambition of the club.
What do you think Kidsgrove can achieve next season? They've obviously got a lot of players, because they've struggled, haven't they?
Kidsgrove are more than a team where they haven't always struggled.
No, this last couple of seasons
off the pitch made them struggle. I think that was the main reason why they struggled, and I've seen that people have put in that they're going to a team who are going to be fighting to stay up next year. But that's not the case because the problems that are happening off the pitch are now being sorted. So that can only, in my opinion, reflect positively on the pitch.
What would it be like playing against League? Because that could be feisty with so many ex-League players, and I guess you buzz off that. I don't know. What do you think?
I've experienced it before. I was at League when I was 18. I played a couple of games, not many, played a few, and then went back for Newcastle Town. So I've experienced it before, and it is very strange. It'll be even more strange this time because I've obviously experienced 2 seasons at League. I've thoroughly enjoyed my 2 years there. We've had 2 pretty successful seasons apart of obviously missing out on promotion. So it will be unusual going back and playing against League Town. It really will. But it is also a game that we'll look forward to. It is also a game that we'll look forward to.
Okay, moving on. Cheers, George, thank you very much. Towards the end of the season with League, there was rumblings of Norton, consortium takeovers, managers being ousted, new managers coming in, all these rumours around the club. You must have been aware of this because us buggers were, and we're supporters. We were aware of rumours, we don't know the facts. Were you aware that there was rumblings going on? And if so, what's your thoughts?
I think the fans hear rumblings of it, and we definitely do because we've got mates who play in them teams. So, kind of like people speak, and I think we hear more than what some of the fans do as well. So yeah, we heard what was going on.
Does that affect you? Do you think that affects the performances? And
I think personally, I'd honestly like to say this. I think Kaz, Beebs and manager team should be praised for the fact that they maintained the focus and concentration on lads on promotion. That was their focus. Regardless of what was going on behind closed doors, regardless of what was being suggested, Kaz and the management team ensured that we were focused on challenging promotion. As soon as we had the opportunity to win the league had gone, they had us concentrating on the playoffs. Right, lads, let's go one step further this year. Let's try and get into the next league. And that was their objective. And although we heard rumours, we heard suggestions of what was going on, and I'll be honest, the suggestions that we heard weren't particularly good. But Kaz, Beebs, mates didn't allow us to even consider it, didn't allow us to even discuss it. Our main focus was to concentrate on the games, to concentrate on getting promoted, and unfortunately we missed out. But Kaz, Beebs, mates kept the attention away from that. They kept all the lads' attention away from that. Their objective was to ensure that the lads stay focused on the football, stay focused on the playoffs, stay focused on challenging.
A lot of that could have been avoided. For a team like League like we were last year going for playoffs, why would you even kind of hold them kind of talks at that stage of the season?
Do you think it was the wrong time to even consider it?
For us, as we were playing, like John said, the management team did well. So it was a little, I thought, surely can't be putting
the distraction, you're wondering.
Although Kaz worked hard on ensuring that we focused on the playoffs, you obviously consider what's going on. You obviously hear the rumours, and I do agree with Chappie, and I'm sure that the lads really would agree. That is maybe a conversation that should have been had at the end of the season because of the position that we were in. Whether it had an impact on the lads, I'm not sure, because we hold our hands up and we would admit that in the playoff final we didn't perform.
So why do you think ultimately we fell short? It was only one game, wasn't it, in the end? The last game was, in the end, that was why we didn't make it. Why do you think we fell short in that last game against Sutton? What was missing, or what didn't go right for you? What's your thoughts?
Well, fortunately I watched it from the side, and I honestly just don't think we created enough chances. I think we were lucky in the semi-final. I don't think we created enough chances in the semi-final. Yeah, we scored, but we didn't create enough. And it's like you say, it's one game. You've got to throw everything in the semi-final, especially the final. It's one shot to get through before we could have created more chances.
Jordie,
I think everyone will have their own view on the final. I'm sure of that. If you ask 100 supporters,
Different opinions.
all have their own opinion.
Yeah.
And for me, we have to consider it from our perspective as players. And unfortunately, despite the fact that we have got a lot of quality in our squad, we didn't turn up on the day, which is such a disappointment because I thought we had to work hard to get to the semi-final. Chapman said that he thought that we were lucky. I completely agree with him. We got an early goal in the semi-final. In the second half, it was under a lot of pressure. We defended extremely well, like we did throughout the season. Our defence, Jack, the goalkeeper throughout the season, magnificent. I think we have the best defensive record in the league, which is superb, it really is. And we had to defend because he put us under a lot of pressure. I think in the final, we just didn't turn up, unfortunately, which is a shame because we really wanted it.
Yeah.
We really did. We really did. If you'd seen us in the changing room before the game, everyone was determined to go that one step further to get promoted, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
No. And I suppose that's well, I'll just quickly mention the staff senior cup final. Obviously Dan Coates, elite lad, he scored offside or not? We say offside. Chappers, you in goal, offside, just off.
Yeah, just off.
Elite town supporters, always been good to you, chaps. From what I can see, do you have a message for them moving on?
Thank you more than anything. I think we're kind of lucky, not lucky, we deserve what we've got, and we've got a great fan base. You go to places like Newcastle Town, where you know they're pushing 80 to a home game, you've got league getting 350 some games.
There's potential, you know, when you consider 1,200 for the playoff final and 900 for the semi. Huge potential. There's a good, you know, and there's so much interest in the club. Yeah, I mean, obviously get involved with it with the League Time TV and the website, but the amount of interest is so amazing.
Fans do as well, and I think that's what makes it like a good club. The fans aren't afraid of getting stuck in and doing their bit to help out. You know, we've got Steve doing the websites and all that kind of thing, and Paul Bateman, Gav Bateman, all you know, them two.
Yeah.
Alone do a fantastic job at the town. Gilly, you know, you've got good people, great set. And that, I remember having a conversation with Kaz. It made my decision a little bit harder because Kaz said to me, but everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It is hard when you well liked and Kopi. I'm going to miss every Saturday going up to Kofi after the game, before the game. Such a great guy.
They will miss you. I mean, you know, you're popular lads. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm not going to sit here and I'll get accused of arms kissing now. Of course I will. But no, you're popular lads. You know, you are fans' favourite area. So. I mean, I'm personally sorry to see you go. You have a message for the fans, I guess you'll echo Chappers'.
I'll completely echo it, yeah. Everyone that Chappers already mentioned does a fantastic job at the club. The support's incredible. Like you said before, look at a big club. They really are. You've only got to look at the stadium. Getting the pitch done now during the off-season, it's a big club, a club that should be playing at a higher level, there's no doubt about that. With the support that we get, they should be playing at a higher level. And I'm sure that if we were playing one step higher, two steps higher, that would attract even more supporters on the weekend. I'm grateful to the league supporters, I really am. You know, they've always supported me, and they've always been extremely positive towards me. Even last season, I didn't particularly have a great year last year. I was in and out of the start, had a good run of games, got injured, then went away. So it was a little bit of a disappointing season really. It was hit and miss, and throughout the season we were still extremely supportive. So I am very grateful towards the supporters, I really am. Very grateful towards people like Gal and many others for all the support that they've offered throughout the season. I really am, and it is a shame to believe in the club, it really is, but I think for me, Chapman, the lads that have left, it's a new chapter, it's a new opportunity, something that we're excited about, and we're really hoping that we can push for promotion of the kids' group next year, or at least the playoff spot.
Kate as well. Kate does
Kate, yeah.
She does a great job, she really does. Del and Kate have sponsored me over the last couple of years, and I'm extremely grateful for that, I really am.
I'm sure we'll appreciate you thanking them. Well, I'll thank you for coming over here, because you didn't have to. So cheers, gentlemen.
No problem at all.
Shake by the hand.
No problem.
Cheers, I should wish you well, I'm not going to wish you too well. So, thanks for coming along, Owen, and thank you for filming us. Link Town TV signing off. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Jim Lockett recording, we're just having a post-interview conversation. Things have been said off camera that can't be said on, inevitably. But you want to thank Chapman Ken, so I'm going to give you that opportunity to do that, gents. Go for it. Ben, you go for it first.
Chapman Ken, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. A man who does a lot for the club, who also enjoys a nice game of golf off
away from the football. Nice fella, I like Chapman Ken. It's a great name as well. Jord?
I can only echo what Chappers has said. He's a fantastic guy, and he does so much for the club, and I genuinely mean that. He does so much for the club. I'm an absolute nightmare in the change room, asking for strap-ins, a towel after every game.
I've seen you in there, I've been in there a couple of times, and you're always on that bench.
I would really like to thank Ken for everything that he's done for me and the other lads that are leaving throughout the last couple of years. He really is a great guy, and I'll miss our conversations about American football. Hopefully Ken will keep in touch and we'll continue to have chats about the NFL.
George, Ben, thank you again. Cheers. They've left, they've gone now, mate. How do you think that interview went?
I think it went very well. Very well indeed.
What are your thoughts on their comments? Any opinions of those lads?
I think they spoke very well.
Honest?
Yeah, I think they're very honest. Just told it like it is. So I think they just decided, you know, that's what they want to do. They want to move on, move to another club.
And you no hard feelings from you as a Leek Town supporter?
No hard feelings from me, no.
No. And finally, you've been the cameraman for today's production?
I have, yes.
How did that feel for you filming? Did everything go well?
I started with a little bit of cramp, about 20 minutes into it, so I had to sort of move my shoulder a few times. But otherwise, yeah, no
Gone
problems.
okay?
Yeah.
And you know, you've featured a couple of times on Leek Town TV. Would you be happy to perhaps come along again and maybe even film another interview?
Yeah, of course. It's
an honour. Is it an honour?
It's an honour. I don't mind giving up an hour or two of my time.
Well, you enjoy a drink, don't you? Let's be honest. You've popped down for a
drink involved.
A drink. Richard Owen, Leek Town TV, thanks very much for giving me a second of your time. This is the Horn and Trumpet Public House. Near Hanley.
Yeah.
Oldham Bridge.
Oldham Bridge, yeah.
Leek Town TV, signing off.